is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission.
This is Rich from Rerun Zone, and today we're going to take a look back at our picks for the most disturbing episodes of The Outer Limits, including one episode that was so upsetting that some TV stations either blacked out the final minutes or refused to broadcast the episode at all. Number 10. It Crawled Out of the Woodwork. From the annals of The Outer Limits, at our number 10 spot comes the episode that might just make you reconsider your spring cleaning. Picture a sun-soaked SoCal research center where the biggest concern might be a spilled beaker or a misfiled report. But, as fate would have it, lurking in the shadows is a menace far more sinister than any misplaced paperwork. A humble dust bunny, the kind you might find under your own bed, met its fate at the hands of an unsuspecting cleaning lady. But instead of meeting its end, it birthed an abomination, an energy creature of unspeakable terror. As the lab descends into chaos, researchers scramble, and one by one the body count ticks upwards. It Crawled Out of the Woodwork is a cautionary tale, my friends, of the dangers that lurk in the most innocent of corners. So the next time you think of dismissing that harmless dust ball, remember, some things are better left undisturbed. And for heaven's sake, be kind to your cleaning lady. Number 9. A Feasibility Study. Imagine, if you will, a quiet suburban neighborhood where the most excitement might be a lost cat or a garden gnome gone rogue. But one fateful night, the tranquility is shattered. 6 blocks of unsuspecting residents find themselves not just out of place, but out of their own world, whisked away to the distant planet Luminos. And the culprits? The luminoids, being stricken by a cruel twist of genetics, looking to turn humanity into their own personal labor force. As our bewildered Earthlings grapple with their alien surroundings, the weight of a grim decision presses down on them. Should they sacrifice themselves for the greater good, or live as pawns in an alien game? Number 8. The Mutant. An astronaut from Earth travels to a distant alien planet to investigate the mysterious death of a fellow scientist. But what he encounters is a horror that defies comprehension. Reese Fowler, once a comrade, is now a grotesque shadow of his former self, transformed by the effects of a radioactive storm. His eyes, now unnervingly large, hide deep secrets, and his once gentle touch is now a deadly weapon. With Reese's newfound telepathic abilities causing terror in his colleagues, it's impossible to know who to trust, as everyone is afraid to speak the truth, or Reese will discover their deception with his mind-reading ability. Number 7. The Man Who Was Never Born. An astronaut finds himself flung far into the future, but this Earth is not the one he knew. It's a desolate and barren world. There he meets Andro, a man whose face and body have been horribly disfigured by a cruel twist of fate, the result of a terrible disease. But Andro's scars are more than just superficial. They're the result of an experiment gone wrong. A biologist named Bertram Cabot Jr., in his quest for knowledge and ambition, tinkered with an extraterrestrial microbe. Little did he know his creation would be humanity's undoing. The Man Who Was Never Born is a reminder that sometimes, to save the future, one has to meddle with the past. So the next time you think of playing with microbes from outer space, remember, some things are better left untouched. Number 6. The Invisibles. In this suspense-filled episode, 3 men are recruited to join the Society of the Invisibles. But this is no ordinary society. They harbor a dark secret, a plan to use crab-like alien parasites to seize control of the world's most powerful individuals. As the story unfolds, one of the recruits is revealed to be a secret government agent sent to infiltrate the organization. The air is thick with tension as the agent tries to expose the malevolent plans of these parasites and their human collaborators. The Invisibles is a masterful exploration of the lengths humans go to deceive and the masks that we wear. Number 5. Nightmare. Now we dive into our top 5 with this haunting tale called Nightmare. Earth is locked in a cosmic warfare with the distant planet Eben. A group of soldiers, the best Earth has to offer, is sent to fight the enemy on their home planet. But fate has other plans. They're captured en route and find themselves in the clutches of the Ebonites, beings with a sinister gift. the power to manipulate the very senses that make us human. The soldiers are subjected to tortures that defied description, with each ordeal a journey into their deepest fears. Nightmare is a harrowing descent into the shadowy corners of human nature, a stark exploration of the extremes to which we might go when pushed to the edge. Number 4. Corpus Earthling. Here we meet Dr. Paul Cameron, a scientist who stumbles upon a secret so bizarre and unsettling that it could freeze the blood in your veins. Thanks to an old injury and a metal plate in his head, he begins to hear whispers, malevolent murmurs from alien beings masquerading as rocks.
We must choose the hardiest specimens.
But these are no ordinary extraterrestrials. They're evil entities plotting an invasion of Earth. When Paul tries to sound the alarm, no one believes him because, of course, what sane person would believe that rocks can talk? The aliens, though, recognize him as a threat and mark him for elimination. They use their mind control abilities to try and make Paul jump from the window of the lab, but his wife Lori saves him in the nick of time. Thinking he's gone insane, Paul takes a trip to Mexico to help clear his troubled mind, but the aliens have other plans. Taking over the body of Paul's lab mate, Dr. Temple, they begin to hunt him down to try and exterminate him before he can spill their secret. Number 3. The Sixth Finger. Brace yourselves, for number 3 on our list delves deep into the very fabric of evolution and the perils of playing God. Enter Gwilym Griffiths, a coal miner in a Welsh village, who volunteers for an experiment conducted by scientist Professor Mathers. The aim? To accelerate human evolution by a few million years, all with the flick of a switch. Transformed as a mutated human, Gwilym emerges with a sixth finger, a towering intellect, and a rather large cranium that no hat could ever contain. But that's not all. His newfound intelligence comes with a side of hatred for his fellow villagers, who he now views as little more than ants at a picnic. Realizing his experiment has birthed a potential tyrant, Professor Mathers tries to stop Gwilym before he destroys the town. Meanwhile, Gwilym, drunk on his newfound intellect and powers of the mind, has plans that don't involve going back to who he was. Number 2. The Anti Misfits. This tale will make you reconsider your position on intergalactic diplomacy and pest control. Welcome to Earth, now serving as the galaxy's most undesirable penal colony for the Anti Misfits. Creatures that resemble a nightmarish fusion of rats and ants, sporting unsettlingly human-like faces. These aren't just any alien delinquents, though. They come with a hidden agenda that makes their grotesque appearance seem almost charming. As humanity grapples with its new role as jailer to these cosmic criminals, we begin to see the twisted logic of the Xanthi leaders.
Do not betray us. Our privacy must be maintained. Total destruction to anyone who invades it.
You see, these rulers can't bear to execute their own criminals. Instead, they ship them off to Earth for us to take care of. Tensions boil over and an all-out battle for survival takes place, forcing humans to confront their alien prisoners in hand-to-antenna combat with devastating results. Number 1. The Architects of Fear. And finally, in our number 1 spot, we have The Architects of Fear. A word of caution for the faint-hearted. This isn't your grandmom's bedtime story. In this episode, a group of well-intentioned, albeit slightly mad scientists, are desperate to save the world from the looming shadow of nuclear annihilation. Their brilliant, or should I say horrifying plan? To unite humanity against an alien enemy by transforming one of their own into a creature so grotesque it would make even the most hardened of hearts skip a beat. But who would be the lucky, or rather the dreadfully unlucky candidate? In a morbid twist on the childhood game of Eeny Meeny Miny Mo, the fate of one scientist is sealed. As the transformation takes its toll, we see the terrifying depths of human desperation and the twisted humor of fate. The Architects of Fear is a testament to the lengths we might go to save our own skins, even if it means turning one of us into, well, let's just say something you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley. So unsettling was this episode that some TV stations chose to either shield their viewers from its shocking ending or banish it from their airwaves altogether. Now that we've explored our most disturbing episodes of The Outer Limits, It's time for you to list the episodes that you found the most disturbing in the comments below. Do you agree with our list, or would you reorder them in a different way? Before you leave, make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on our exploration of classic shows of the past like this one. This is Rich from Rerun Zone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.